Okay. This is an interesting one. I don't know how well I can make this one turn up. Doesn't look like an easy one. We'll soon find out if we can make it into something nice. So how big are we going to make it? We're going up to 400 with this. No, we don't want that silly Konica Minolta user interface. Stupid. Right. Actually, are we going to go that light, or we're going to darken it a bit? It's going to be an interesting one if we can make this one work. So I wonder what's going to happen to the colour balance here. What are we going to do with it? The black. We're not quite going to strip the black. We're just going to make the black really low and see what we can do. So what have we got? We've got here a dummy. It's clear. Everything's clear except that front bit that got damaged, obviously by a car when I found it, or before I found it, it got run over. So I'm wondering if we can make this one look nice. That maybe some of the reflections will look really nice. There'll be some bright flashes of colour. So it's clear, and you think clear wouldn't reproduce well with all this black. There's not going to be much black on this copy because I dropped the colour balance right down, but that looks brilliant. Look at that. There's some flashes of colour there. That's what we're after, this sort of thing. So this, I think, will be the centre. So this will be our master copy. So this is our dummy. It's now going to go in the rubbish. And now we're just going to use this as our master copy. So I think that's going to the top. So we're going to do it like this. But that looks brilliant. The colours look really good. It's just amazing how a little bit of black is all we need in this particular image. So now we're just going to set this up for copied paper. I'm going to remove our enlargement and just return it to 100. And we're going to go here, and let's see what we do with the black now. Now the black's going up. Copy density to the middle. And I think maybe the contrast can go all the way now. See what we can do with this. Make this into a 4-way mirror image. See how that looks. Right, yeah, that looks interesting. It looks very green. I don't say I really like the green. Some ways it looks nice. I'm wondering if we can do it better, or just see what we can do, because we didn't have any black for the original run. So I'm wondering, we're just gonna keep it that way. Finish and then start. But that's an interesting result anyway, for something that looked like it wasn't going to work at all. That's funny. Oh, here we go. That's what we've been waiting for. This is it. This is the replenished toner signal. Toner has been depleted. Replace the toner cartridge according to the instructions to continue. Touch continue. Okay, so now I'm going to be changing a toner cartridge. So I just got to take a break from this project. I'm just going to put them aside, and we're just going to go straight in and change this fucking cartridge. So I'm wondering, so we're just going to start the guidance. Okay, so he's saying, guidance is saying open the door. This will be interesting. So we're open the door, and now it's telling us to turn the cartridge and pull it out. Okay, let's see how this Konica Minolta guidance shit actually works. I just got to turn this into the unlock position, and then we pull it out. So out it comes, shit, it looks and feels empty. So I think, yep, we're on the ball. So we're now removing our cartridge, and now we're just going to open up the box of the new one. So the new one's nice and full. So this thing went longer on an empty cartridge than I expected. So now I'm just going to put the phone down on the bed, and I'm just going to give it a gentle shake. So I just got it sort of twisted. It's a twisty sort of a shake. It's not a side to side or an end to end sort of a shake. It's a gentle twisty sort of a shake. Just twisting the cartridge back and forth to loosen the toner. It's always very important to shake the toner, they say. So now I've got to work out. Let's have a look at the guidance again. See how this shit really works. This KM shit. So now we've got to line that up. That's got to be. So we just pull that goes out, and then I think that's showing it. That's showing it opening and out. Now let's see what it says when you put the toner cartridge in. You got to lock it there. They don't. Oh, whatever. It doesn't show that part. So now I'm just gonna basically. This is a tricky bit. I think that's where it's supposed to. Oh shit! This is hard. Just a little bit tricky. We're just going to line it up, and I think that lock has to go into place like that, just like that. Then you have to click it shut somehow. If I don't fucking damage this thing. Oh, fuck. Got it. I hate plastic. Sorry, folks. Sorry about the language, but hey, I'm always using foul language in my fucking videos. It doesn't look totally straight, though. Or am I being a bloody anal retentive perfectionist? I'm just hoping I've got it in straight enough. It's just this plastic is so tricky to work with. So now we're just going to see if that works now. I just hope I hope it's straight enough. So now warning is no longer in effect. Now it's doing its business. It's now automatically replenishing the toner. So let it go, and you can see now that's a real toner full indicator. So this is our empty cartridge, and as you can see there's little bits left, but it's obviously classified as empty. So now we're just going to put it back in the box where the new one came from, and then this will go back to Maytronics to be hopefully safely recycled. Well, they do that. They're the kind of company that would do that. I don't actually see it happening, but you know, sometimes you just got to have a bit of faith. Problem is I've lost my fucking settings. But I'm glad we got this shit done. We're going to try, and we're going to go back, and we're going to start again with this job. We're not going to start from the beginning. We're just going to do the reproduction. We haven't finished it. So unfortunately, toner out means loss of settings. So it's funny how these machines work and what you expect, and it doesn't always come out the way you expect it. So select that. We're just going to set up. Sorry folks, this is going to be a little bit prolongated due to that interruption, but now we've finally nailed the toner out and replenishing. So it looks like it's working fine. Looks like the slight lack of straightness of the latch isn't a problem after all. It's just not perfect. I'm a person who expects a lot from equipment, and I see a lot of shit go down with the way the equipment doesn't work as well as it should, like this toner issue. And now, at least with the empty toner cartridge, we can see that it's pretty well on the how should I put it? It should be nailed, or should be. We see that it's empty. Proof that it's empty. It's not perfectly empty, but I think we got more mileage out of this toner cartridge than the average person. We're just going to have a little bit of black once again with this. We're not going to make it dark black. See how it works. Maybe we're going to keep it like that. We're going to start all over again. Sorry, folks, because our toner out has caused the settings to go. But at least our toner is in there, and the machine did what it was supposed to do, and that was to replenish the toner. This is going to be a real prolongated demo, but I hope your toner heads out there like to see a toner change for a change. Bad joke, sorry. Toner change for a change. Anyway, that looks too green for my liking. but I'll still stick with it. It looks crooked. I'm wondering if we're going to straighten this up again. We're going to just straighten it. It's a bit crooked. You can't always get it perfectly straight on these fucking dumb machines. Let's just try. I'm just wondering if we could do something different. We're just going to use this as an opportunity. So I'm just getting a bit, maybe I'm getting a bit anal retentive, but I think we need a bit of lightness to the image. I'm wondering if maybe the black is going to stay, going to go back to a darker black, and maybe here we're going to lighten this up so the colours are more obvious. So let's see how we go with that. See if we've made this look even better. But photocopiers are strange equipments, and they do strange things occasionally for me. They don't always behave the way they should. And that toner out took a long time to come back. I got a lot of extra mileage out of that empty toner cartridge, strangely enough. Anyway, that looks much the same, but I think that looks a bit better. It looks more blue than green. That's a more bluey blue, and you can see a bit more nuances in the colours. So I'm just going to put that aside on the pile, on my finished pile, and we're just going to print these off. I think that's a much nicer look. I think the lightening up of the image has made it look a lot better. So we're just going to print that off. So folks, I hope you guys enjoyed this extra twist in my demo, It's the first time I've ever videoed myself changing a toner cartridge. This toner cartridges, I think, are easier, except the twist action, putting it in, is a little bit tricky. It feels a bit plasticky and a bit easy to break, which is typical of photocopiers these days. They just add more and more plastic as they build newer models. They just seem to have more plastic, more breakable bits. But I feel that the actual simplicity of this toner replacement, if I remember correctly how I did the old C353, which was, I think, a little bit more complicated. I think it had some special cleaning activities that they advised you to do while changing the toner, whereas this one doesn't seem to have any cleaning activities. You don't have little things that you have to pull in and out, and all that sort of shit. But I'm wondering if that's any good, or if that's no good, or whatever. It makes it easier for me, but it may not be as good, because the old equipment seems to always be better mechanically and all that, and there's less plastics often. I could be wrong, but it just seems like the newer equipment becomes more tinny, more plasticky, and yeah, the twist action on the toner cartridge just felt a bit plasticky to my liking. I don't like that plasticky feel. But that's a bit of a review of toner change operation on a C227. So that's an interesting one, I hope, for you hard-edged toner heads out there, or you're loving your machinery and it's really cool to see someone change a toner cartridge for a change. What an interesting thing. But this looks really nice. Now that dummy that I thought may not come up very well has come up a real treat. Gotta go.